recent comments by Wolfgang Van Halen about his father, Eddie Van Halen's, ruined the musical landscape of 80s rock. Often praised as one of the best guitarists of all time, Eddie's inventive two-handed tapping transformed the genre and made rock guitar an amazing display. But Wolfgang claims that the brilliance of his late father had an unexpected effect. A flood of imitators turned the rock scene of the 1980s into a sea of Eddie wannabes. Speaking on the WTF with Marc Maron Podcast, Wolfgang notes, "In a way, Dad kind of ruined the musical landscape because instead of everybody wanting to find out who they are, they wanted to be that. Those who strive to replicate the flashy elements of his father's approach are also missing the forest for the trees. People concentrate on the guitar playing, but generally, Dad is a fantastic songwriter," he notes. "And I also aim for it. It is not about dazzling objects." Having said that, Wolfgang agrees that, in the wake of Eddie's impact, several guitarists have created their own original pathways. For one, he says he loves post-Eddie guitarists Paul Gilbert, of the bands Mr. Big and Racer X. Among the shredder dudes from the 1980s is him. Among those men that came a little bit after Dad, I believe he followed an interesting path. Eddie's death in October of 2020, following a long battle with cancer, brought that musical union to a heartbreaking end. Prior to his passing, the legendary guitarist heard all of the material which would make up Wolfgang's solo debut. "Wait till you hear his record," Eddie declared back in 2015. "This isn't pop talking. This is real talk. It blew my mind." Wolfgang is now preparing to put that album out under the Mammoth WVH moniker, a name inspired by his father. The younger Van Halen is pleased with the initial reaction his music has received and is ready to take the next step as an artist. "It's exciting to be able to finally be my own person," the rocker confessed. "I would love people to get into me and be like, 'Oh shit, that's his dad,' instead of it being like, 'Oh, it's his son.' That would be the ultimate compliment." Later in the discussion, Wolfgang muses over the mistreatment he endured when he joined Van Halen in 2006, substituting for longtime bass player Michael Anthony. The artist, who was just 15 at the time, adds, "I was simply having a nice time appreciating my newly sober dad, and jamming with my family and having a wonderful time. And it was simply this amazing, joyful, happy thing. Until it became public, and then it was, yeah, I can see why people would want to hate me.